back for another restorative yoga. I hope everyone had a wonderful day today and got outside. It was beautiful outside today. If you are here with us now, go ahead and start getting your props together. We're a little bit early. I just want to give folks a little extra time to get their props together. Alright, let's see what we're doing on time. Got 2 more minutes before we officially start. So anybody who's already here, go ahead and get your props together, any kind of music that you might want to play, anything to make you more comfortable, make a relaxed environment wherever you are. And you're more than welcome to join and not practice and just sit on the couch and listen in for the community, but anybody who is here already, you're also more than welcome to get started with your own Shavasana or in a kind of simple meditation position, either simple seated just like I am right now. Another one that folks like to do is on the knees for a meditation position, and like I said, you're more than welcome to follow along on your couch too, so just start getting yourself comfortable. 1 more minute till we officially start. I'm going to go ahead and read something from a book called Teachings on Love by Thich Nhat Hanh. It's a very short little thing. It's from Chapter 4, Love and Understanding. And this is something that Thich Nhat Hanh invites you to just kind of say to yourself, may I learn to look at myself with the eyes of understanding and love. May he learn to look at himself with the eyes of understanding and love. May she learn to look at herself with the eyes of understanding and love. May they learn to look at themselves with the eyes of understanding and love. So in our restorative practice, that's just kind of, like a baseline, this concept of self-love, taking care of yourself. That's what we're here to do. We're here to take care of ourselves. So anybody who's joined us since I initially said, we'll start in either a Shavasana, just laying back on your back. You can use whatever props you like to get comfortable. Sometimes people like to put something under their knees, like a pillow or a bolster. A lot of times folks love to cover up with blankets. You can also start in a simple seated or sitting on your couch, however you're comfortable. And we'll just take a few moments to ground ourselves and to come into this space, to check in with ourselves, see how we're doing physically, mentally, emotionally, etc. So begin by getting comfortable. Once you're comfortable, start to focus on your breath. Just start noticing on the noticing the qualities of your breath, without placing any judgment, just a sense of gentle, loving curiosity. Is my breath shallow? Is it deep? Is it moving really quickly right now, or is it kind of slow? Is it audible? Am I focusing more on breathing through my nose or through my mouth? What about inhale and exhale length? Are they kind of similar in length? Is one longer than the other? Just start noticing qualities. Imagine how children, when you're first discovering anything, the way that you approach it with this sense of playful, loving curiosity. So start to bring that kind of quality to your awareness of breath. And then extend that sense of awareness into your body too. Whether or not you're sitting or laying down, notice how your body meets the floor or the chair or however your shape is positioned right now. Just start to notice what kinds of things are supporting you, what kinds of things are around you that you can feel, and how do they feel? Start to notice if there's any tension in your body, and go ahead and give it permission to release, relax, let it go. Again, if you notice anything in your body, like a tightness in your shoulders or in your back, approach that awareness with that same sense of playful, loving curiosity. It's great to know, yes, I've got tightness in my shoulders, maybe I can identify what it's from, but I'm not going to be mad about it. It's just because I'm a human being in a human being's body and I'm living my life. So for anybody who's just joined us, we're either in Shavasana or simple seated, sitting on our couch, just checking in with ourselves in this space, in this moment right now. We're relaxing, we're releasing anything we can as far as tension goes in the body, stress in the mind, paying attention to our breath, noticing all of these things with a sense of playful, loving curiosity. We want to be gentle with ourselves. We want to offer ourselves compassion. And we'll be here for just another minute, probably, just noticing what our experience is in this moment. Notice if you can hear anything around you. The sound of my voice, of course, but what else can you hear? I can hear frogs in my backyard right now. If I listen really closely, I might be able to tell what they are. Maybe I don't want to identify what they are. Maybe I just want to say, okay, frogs. Maybe for you it's your quarantine buddies are walking around, or light mumbles, or TV in the background, or maybe you put some nice music on and you hear the music right now. Notice other things like the temperature of the air. Can you smell anything right now? Anybody cooking dinner? Do you smell dinner? Remember that there are 3 things that could pull you out of the present moment in your practice today or in your daily life. And those are, again, they're not bad things, they're just things to be aware of. So we have our thoughts, our emotions, and our bodily sensations. So as you're practicing today, you can practice just being aware of when something comes into your reality and starts trying to tug you out. Thoughts about dinner, thoughts about taking a walk after this yoga class. That's what I'm going to do with my dad. Maybe you've got some emotions going on. Restorative yoga, sometimes you release emotions even. So just noticing. Okay, I'm feeling a little joyful right now. Okay, I'm feeling a little anxious. Whatever it is, just noticing. In this moment, we don't need to diagnose what's going on with ourselves. We just need to be aware and practice that gentle, loving curiosity. And then, of course, bodily sensations. So this one is a little bit different because we're in a yoga class. So maybe I'm a little bit uncomfortable how I'm laying, and I need to readjust myself. It's really important to be able to offer yourself that adjustment when you need it, to listen to yourself, to love yourself like your own best lover, but also know that you are the one who knows your body best. You are the one who knows what you've been doing during this quarantine. You know, sitting on the couch causes a lot of tension in the body. Sitting at your desk behind your computer causes a lot of tension in the body. Shoveling in your garden causes a lot of tension in the body. Any kind of movement done repetitively over time is going to cause tension. And even if you're doing all of these things, we have to learn how to take care of ourselves. And that's part of what we're going to do today, is releasing any of that tension that we may have accumulated. So if it's comfortable for you, go ahead, and if you're in Shavasana, roll into your side child's pose and then push yourself up gently. If you're sitting on the couch or in a chair or something like that, and you can sit on the floor cross-legged, feel free to join us here. If not, you can follow along from chair or couch. It'll feel a little bit different. It'll do a little bit of different good in the body, but so ideally this would be the sitting position that you would find. But if that's not accessible to you, then a chair works just fine. The couch works just fine. We're going to do a spinal warm-up to start off with. I'm going to move this bolster out of the way because I'm afraid I'm going to hit it with my arms and probably this coffee cup too. All right, so if there's anything that you need to move out of the way for a full kind of arm span, see now I'm hitting plants. All right, there we go. Knocking over candles, but it's okay there. Don't worry, Mom, these are not real candles. All right, so we're going to start by just checking in with our body in this new position. Whether or not you're in a chair or on the floor, notice how your body meets that space, the chair or the floor. You've got two sitting bones down there. Do they feel like they're evenly connected to the floor or to the chair? Maybe wiggle around a little bit if you feel like you need to. Now notice your spine. Does your spine feel long and strong? I like to imagine that I've got a string that's running from the floor and it's actually going into the ground. It's running up the length of my spine, out the top of my head, and meeting with the sky. That helps me just kind of visualize what my spine can be doing right now to maintain its integrity. And then the shoulders are the next thing we're going to check in with. Why don't we just go ahead and do a few shoulder shrugs? I'm moving my shoulders back in this shrugging motion just to kind of loosen them up. I can actually hear crunching going on when I do this. I don't know about you, but I've got a lot of tension in my shoulders. And just until it feels good, and you can keep going as I'm talking. And you can also do a bunch of other things. You can go forward with those shoulder shrugs. You can do alternating. I don't know what this is called, but I envision that I'm swimming when I do this, so this is my swimmer shoulder shrug. So now that I'm done, and if you're still moving your shoulders, feel free. Like I said, or if I didn't say it already, this is your practice. I'm the teacher, I'm guiding you, but like I said, you are the one who knows your body. You know what you've been through. If at any point during this practice or any others that we do together, you feel like you need something else other than what I'm saying, you need to stay longer somewhere, you need to come out earlier, listen to your body. When we're in a physical class together and I see you listening to your body, over listening to me, that is the most joyous, brilliant moment. I absolutely love it. I wish I could see you now, but I can't, unfortunately. So, just one more time checking in with the entire body in this sitting position. Do we feel long, strong, stable? Yes, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and put my arms down on the floor, and I'm going to inhale my arms up, and I'm going to exhale them down. And I'm just going to do that a few more times. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Now, move at your own rhythm. Move at your own rate, your own pace. I'm still smacking my little side table a little bit. If you want to move more quickly, if your breath is happening more quickly, move more quickly. If you need to move more slowly, move more slowly. You can also play around with the direction of the hands. So I've been doing it so that when I go down, my palms are facing down, and when I go up, my palms are facing up. However, you can do whatever you need to do. I just stopped because my arms got tired. If you need to stop, feel free. Whenever you're ready, and like I said, keep going as long as you like. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and place the arms down one more time right there. And then we're going to do something that's kind of like the spinal arch and curl that my mom does in her restorative warm-ups. We're just going to go a little bit slow with it. It's not going to be a typical flow, so we're doing the cat-cow motions with the spines, the flexion and the extension. We're just going to go pretty slowly with it. So the three things that I want you to kind of watch me do and then do however you need to do are I'm lifting the chest up, I'm pushing my shoulders back a little bit, kind of opening my chest, if you will, and my shoulder blades are squeezing together just lightly. I'm not working myself to sweat or anything. So this is a shoulder opener, and then I'm going to round out, bringing my hands forward, almost like I'm reaching forward, but I'm rounding the back. And then I'm going to come back to that first one, and I'm just going to do that for a minute. So if you want to hang out here, hang out here. If you want to hang out here, hang out here. If you want to do it, inhale, exhale, kind of like a fast flow, feel free. This is your practice. I feel like I need a little bit more slow movement today, so I'm going to move a little bit more slowly. I'm going to breathe a couple breaths here before I transition back to opening. And it's amazing how quickly the body warms up, even moving slowly. Now the next thing I want to add into this, and keep going at your own pace, keep doing what you need to do, is just a gentle forward fold. So you can either lift the arms up and forward fold like that. You can lift the arms, I almost said you can lift the arms up and do something different. You can have the arms behind you, kind of bracing and forward fold, or sorry, not behind you, but to the side of you. You can walk yourself forward. That's probably the most gentle way to do this, to walk yourself forward. Now, I'm keeping my chest kind of pointing to the front of the room until I reach my edge, and then I'm rounding out. Now stay here for as long as you like, but be really mindful and really intentional about your breath here. So as you're in that forward fold, you're inhaling and you're really feeling the spine expanding, feeling the sides of the body, the back of the body, releasing tension, using the breath to release tension. And then when you're ready, you can come up by either reverse swan diving back up, you can walk yourself back up, and then let's do a little bit of a flow with it if you feel called. So we're just going to mindfully move through. I'm doing crazy things now. I don't know what that last thing I just did was. Now link your movements with your breath while you're doing this. Don't forget to link your movements with your breath. Just do that for a moment, at your own pace, at your own rhythm, holding where you need to hold, moving quickly where you need to move quickly. And then when you're ready, come back into a neutral position, and we're going to do a lateral stretch. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got my right hand here, I'm going to put my right hand on the floor and push into the floor with my right hand. And then my left hand is beside me, and I did kind of check my posture in my head before I started this. I didn't mention that, but check your posture, check every, am I firmly rooted? Is my spine long and strong? Are my shoulders back? They're not creeping towards my ears. And when you feel ready that you're stable in your posture, then you'll have the right hand come down, or whichever hand you want to start with. And then the left hand is going to reach up and over. And the first time I do this, I'm going to be really gentle. I'm using my right hand right now to push in to the floor and my left hand to reach. And that pushing into the floor with the right hand is a very important part of this. And when you're ready, use your abs to engage and help you back up with the assistance of that right hand. And then the other side doing the same thing. And again, I'm keeping this very gentle for the first time. And your head can be doing anything it wants to do. Well, not anything, but it can be looking up to the ceiling, it can be looking straight ahead, it can be looking down at the ground. Play around with it and feel what feels right to you, what feels healthy, what feels good. And when you're ready, same thing. You're going to use your abs and your arm to release. Now this next time we do it, we can go a little bit deeper. We'll do this a total of 3 times. So that was our first time on each side. So going back to our original side, pushing in with that hand on the floor, reaching, and stretching. And this time you can go a little bit deeper. If you want, you don't have to. If you did it to your edge the first time and you're like, nope, no honey, that's not for me, then that's fine. Listen to yourself. And when you're ready, go on out and go into the other side. Make sure you're breathing while you're doing this too. That's a really important thing, that sometimes we hold our breath during our practice or during our life. Come on out whenever you're ready. And then one more time, and this time you can go as deep as you want, or again, as not deep as you want. You can stay very, very gentle in your movements. So I'm going to put my hand on the ground, I'm reaching and I'm pushing. And I haven't done this stretch today, so I'm going to give myself the full extension of what I would like to do here. I wouldn't go this deeply into this pose right away though. I would make sure that I warmed that lateral bend up first. And then if you do go deeper, it's really, really important to make sure that when you're coming back up, you engage your core and you use your hand to push. It becomes even more important to keep your spine stable. And then one more time on that other side, same story. And if you go really deep into this pose, you want to make sure that your butt isn't lifting off the ground. So right now, I'm stretching towards my left side. This is my right arm. So I want to make sure that my left side is not, or right side is not lifting off of the ground, that I'm still stable. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is a little bit of a twist. And the first part, I'm going to do an upper body twist. And I'm lacing my fingers together, lifting them up over my head. On an exhale, I'm keeping my I'm keeping my belly button towards the front of the room, but I'm twisting just my chest. So on an exhale, I'm going to try to keep that belly button towards you guys while I'm twisting my chest towards my right side. And remember to breathe through this. This is a really gentle but really intense stretch because I'm just targeting that upper spine, but it's the part of the spine that we don't really target in isolation like that. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Your arms can come down. If you need to shake it out, shake it out. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just notice how this feels too. Maybe you've done this before. How does it feel compared to the last time you did it? Maybe you've never done this before. How does it feel in your body to move your spine like this? And when you're ready, go ahead and release. If you need to shake it out, and then we're going to go ahead and go into a full twist. So arms up on an inhale, and then on an exhale, go ahead and twist to one side or the other. I went to my right, and then I hooked my left hand onto my right leg, and I've got my right hand back here supporting myself. And I'm trying really hard to maintain the integrity of my spine. I want to keep myself long and strong. I'm not crunching at all in any kind of way, back or forward. I'm trying to keep that same kind of integrity that I have in my simple seated position. Take a few really deep breaths here. And when you're ready, go ahead and unwind. If you need to shake it out or readjust it all, feel free. I'm going to recross my legs the opposite direction. So we always have a dominant way that we cross our legs. I just felt like I'd been sitting on that dominant way for too long and that I needed to switch sides. So if you feel like you need to switch sides, feel free. That's something to consider, but you certainly don't have to. And then when you're ready, checking in with my posture again, I'm going to inhale my arms up. I'm going to exhale and twist. This time I've got my right hand anchoring into my left leg, and I've got my left hand back here supporting me. Again, take a few mindful breaths here. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. We're going to do just one more thing before we head into our first restorative pose, and that is just a little neck stretch. So on an exhale, go ahead and just drop one ear towards the shoulder. Whichever ear, doesn't matter. You can have your hands on your lap or you can have your hands down beside you, whatever is more comfortable. Stay here for as long as you want. And when you're ready on an inhale, you'll bring your neck up back to neutral, stay in neutral for a moment, and then on an exhale, go ahead and drop it down to the other side. When you're ready, go ahead and inhale back up. And then we'll do one more thing. Just drop the head on an exhale, just straight down, just straight into the chest. And a few mindful breaths here. Inhaling whenever you're ready, back up to a neutral position. If there's any other movement that you want to do before we start our first restorative pose, feel free. You could do a little cat-cow for a moment, downward dog, anything at all that you want to do. So let's see. We're actually going to start with a wide leg forward fold today. So whenever you're done with any other movements that you want, and take your time, there's no rush, this is your practice. We'll go ahead and we will come into, well, I should say first, grab any props that you might need. So you can grab a bolster if you have a bolster at home, if that's something that you invested in. If not, no worries. I would say 2 pillows, maybe 3, maybe even 4, depending on how tight you're feeling right now, would be great for wide leg forward fold. So what I'm going to do is I've got my legs spread. Now, keep in mind, they can be any distance, so I could bring them in a lot closer, I could go out a lot farther. If I was more flexible, I could go out even farther, but alas, not yet. We're getting there. So then I'm going to grab whatever props I want. For me, I've got 2 pillows right here. You could grab couch cushions, you could grab towels, bolster if you have it, just things that will make you comfortable and that will support you. Some of you might not even need anything here, but just to be really comfortable, I like to have things here. So I'm once again going to check in with my posture. Do I feel like everything is as it should be? I've got both of my sitting bones firmly rooted into the floor. My spine is long and strong. My shoulders are back. I do have a little bit of tension in my shoulders, so I constantly have to remind myself, bring those shoulders back, Lindsay. And then when you're ready, and you got your pillows or your bolsters or your blankets, mound of blankets and towels and whatnot in front of you for support, you're going to inhale deeply. Exhale maybe audibly if you want. Let's do that one more time, and then when we exhale this time, we'll start creeping forward. And as we creep forward, we'll keep our chest long, and we'll use our hands to kind of guide us. So I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to exhale. I'm keeping my chest forward until I reach my edge. I've got my props right here, and I found my edge, and then I'm just going to find a comfortable, oops, talking into the pillow. Find a comfortable place to relax right here. And again, you can have as many props here as you need. You could also have towels or something under your knees if that would make you more comfortable. This is restorative yoga, and you have whatever props you have at your disposal. And by props, it doesn't have to be the stuff we find at the yoga studio. It's the stuff we find around the house, anything that will make you comfortable. And use your breath here to help you get more comfortable. And you could, so I'm going really deep into this, but maybe you want to build up with even more things. And you're way up here, and this is what you're doing right now. That is awesome. That's beautiful. Just relax here. Relax however you are right now. And I'm going to get a timer going really quickly. This is from a book called In the Garden of Thoughts, the only place you can find the power to be your best self. And if you're watching, if you're following along on the couch and you're not actually practicing, it's a really beautiful picture. Picture book. It's a picture book. When you are looking at a mountain, marveling at its beauty and strength, realize it is looking right back at you and admiring you. Embrace your own greatness. So we've been in this pose for just a little bit, not quite halfway yet, but just start to notice, is there any tension that you feel in your body anywhere? Can you release? Can you relax? Give yourself permission to let go if there is somewhere that you feel like you could release tension. And keep your awareness on your breath too. So you can practice an Ujjayi breath if you like. That Ujjayi breath is going to be, the best way to explain it is if you imagine that you're fogging up a window. So I can kind of hear that audible sound. There's a slight constriction in the back. It's a little bit of almost a vibration in the back of the throat, kind of like a cat purring. So you're more than welcome to practice an Ujjayi breath if you would like, or ocean wave breath is another name for that breath. Or you can keep practicing your natural, normal rhythm of breath and just bring that sense of awareness to it. How am I breathing right now? Maybe I want to intentionally deepen or lengthen my breath. I could do that by practicing counting my breath. You can practice doing a longer exhale than inhale. So maybe I would count to the inhale of 4 and exhale to 5 or 6 or whatever's comfortable for you. And if you need to come out of this pose, you are always more than welcome to come out. We'll be here for just a few more moments before we do the right and the left leg. We'll go to the right and the left leg next. So if you feel like you've had enough, you're more than welcome to come out. If not, take a few more really deep breaths. Alright, our timer is up. So when you're ready, if you're ready, you can stay here for as long as you like. You'll gently start to push yourself up. Use your hands for guidance. And then when you're going to one side or the other, just consider you can put the props directly on your leg, or you can put them right inside of your leg a little bit. I personally like to have them directly on my leg. You can play with the angle, so I've got this bed pillow right here. So I had it long ways when I was folding forward, but maybe I want to put it short ways right now so that it's not on top of my knee and I don't have any pressure on my knee when I come down. Just consider what works for you. And what you're going to do, check in with your posture one more time. Everything feels good. I do need to move a little bit because my sitting bones don't feel like they're evenly planted in the ground. Now they do. Awesome. And I'm going to just exhale, turning my body to one side or the other. I chose my right side first. And then I'm going to take a nice deep inhale. And then once again, I'm going to walk myself down, keeping my chest towards the horizon until I find a comfortable place to just relax. And then I'm just going to relax here. You can have your head turned to one side or the other, or you can have it straight down into the pillow. And just try to relax there. Notice how this side feels. Does it feel more tension or less tension? Or no tension maybe. That would be great. Consider your heart a cocoon from which dreams emerge like butterflies to wander in the garden. Consider your heart a cocoon. I like that. Cocoon for dreams. So as you're sitting here on whichever side you just chose right now, let's think about something something that we might want to welcome into our life, something that we might want to invite into our life. So some folks call that an intention. You could call it a mantra. You can call it whatever you want. Goals, ambitions, dreams, a heart cocoon. But just think about something that you want to invite into your life. And that could be, I want to be more peaceful. I want to sleep better at night. It could be, I'd like to make more friends. Or it could be something that you would like to welcome for someone else. Like, I hope that my partner can get a new truck soon, because that would enrich his life. So think about something that you would like to cultivate in your life or in the life of someone who's very dear to you, or even in the community. Like, my intention could be for this coronavirus to end as soon as possible. That could be your intention for this practice. All right, we've got just a few more moments here. We're about halfway through, maybe a little more. I'm looking at an hourglass, so I'm eyeballing it. So take a few really deep breaths here. And again, if you need to come out sooner or stay longer, you're more than welcome. But take a few really deep breaths here. And on each inhale, I want you to envision that you are physically making space within the body. And then on each exhale, you're releasing. You're letting go of things that no longer serve you. So say, for example, if my intention for this practice would be, let's see. Let me set a real intention real quick. So I've been trying to be more mindful with how I consume food and how I move my body throughout the day. So basically how I take care of myself, but I have a pattern that I'm aware of. I am an emotional eater. And I've been doing a really great job being aware of that pattern and addressing it. So say that's what my intention is, to take better care of myself with what I put in, the energy I put into my body and the energy that I let out of my body, to have a better relationship with those things. So then as I'm inhaling and exhaling, I'm considering that I'm creating space for this thing I want so desperately, and I'm releasing things that are standing in the way. So we did reach the end of our time, so go ahead whenever you're ready and start pushing yourself back up, inhaling my way back up, and then if you need to do any kind of movement in between, something I like to do when I'm doing a lot of forward folds is I put my hands behind my back. My hand is facing like that. So my hand is facing my butt, my fingers are facing my butt, and my feet are straight out in front of me, and I'm lifting my chest, and that's releasing my lower back. There's a lot of different things you can do to release your lower back or any part of your back. So if at any point you need a counter pose in between, take your counter pose. Again, this is your practice, and you are your own best teacher. You are your own best lover. You are the only one who knows what you've been doing today, this week, this month, this year. So whenever you're ready, get yourself set up for that other side. And we'll do the same exact thing. We'll check in with our body. We feel long, strong, stable. Yes, my posture has integrity. Yes, okay, awesome. I'm going to inhale deeply, exhale, turning my body to one side. Now this time I'm over my left leg. I'm going to one more time inhale deeply, and then I'm going to exhale, walking myself down. My chest is long or forward, and English. My chest is forward, my spine is long until I reach that edge, and then I'm going to round out. And again, use those inhales and exhales to think about what is it that you are going to welcome into your life. What are your goals, ambitions, dreams, mantras, whatever it is. What is your intention for this practice? Welcome it in on each inhale and release any obstacles preventing you from getting there on each exhale. A mind preoccupied with thoughts of resentment and bitterness cannot change the past, nor do those thoughts wound anyone but the soul that beholds them. Unbind your spirit. Don't let the opinions of others restrain you. I survived my insecurities, and though the road is daunting, I have learned being true to oneself is good company. Notice if this side feels any different. Notice how it feels to breathe in this new shape. Where do you feel the expansion? Is there any tension you can release? Just got a few more moments on this side, so take a few really deep mindful breaths. See if you can relax or let go just a little bit more. All right, whenever you're ready, go ahead and start to push yourself back up. Do any kind of counter pose that you want. Now, I gave you that one option just a moment ago, but maybe windshield wipering the legs sounds good. So then you'll just lay back on your back. Your knees will be pointing towards the ceiling. Your feet will be in line with your sitting bones, and you'll just drop the knees to one side and then the other. And you'll do this with your breath. So I'm inhaling up, and then I'm exhaling to drop them down. Any kind of counter pose that you need, and do it for as long as you need. When you're ready, we're going to come up one more time. We're going to very briefly, just a literal actual minute-long hold, we're going to do caterpillar. So for this one, I'm sticking my feet straight out in front of me. And I can have, if you want, you can have a towel under your knees or anything under the knees for support. And then you'll grab whatever you need on top of your legs. So now my legs are together this time. Instead of a wide leg forward fold, we've got a closed leg forward fold. And whatever props you need, check in with your spine, check in with your sitting bones, check in with your shoulders. And whenever you're ready, inhale deeply. Exhale, walking yourself forward until you reach your edge. I kept my chest pointing towards the ceiling, goodness, towards the front of the room until I found my edge, and then I'm going to just round out and relax. You can, again, have as many props as you want. I could build up more props here if I needed to. You can have your head tilted to one side or the other, or you can just have it straight down, forehead resting on the pillow, or you could have your arms in front of you and you could rest it on stacked arms. Rest your forehead on stacked arms. So again, just notice how this feels. Notice if there's anything that you can release, anything you can let go of. Notice where you feel the expansion in your body on each inhale, what the release feels like on each exhale. Just a few more moments. We're almost at the minute. Go ahead, and if you want to deepen your breath, deepen your breath. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and start walking your hands back up We're going to come into a reclined bound angle, or reclined butterfly for the next one. So we've done this one before if you've been here for restorative. Oops, I don't know why I'm moving my pillow out of the way. I need that. So I'm putting my pillows behind me, and I'm making a stack, essentially. So I've got my stack. Your stack can be as big as you need it to be. And then I'm actually going to take another pillow. This is a pretty, flat, light pillow. And I'm just going to use that where my head is to keep my head just a little bit higher. So now I've got, let's see if I can line it up so you can see me. I've got my pillow stack lined up as if it were my tail. I've got my legs straight out in front of me, and I'm going to bring them in. Now you can keep your legs straight out in front of you if you want, and you can do this reclined rest pose instead of reclined bound angle. That is absolutely fine. That's another really great restorative pose. But if you want to go into reclined bound angle, you're going to go ahead and bring your legs in to a bound angle or a butterfly so my feet are together. This is another place where you might want additional props, so I might have another pillow under each knee, just like that, or I might not. But restorative yoga is about getting into a really comfortable place where you can let go of tension, let go of stress. So if it would be comfortable, go ahead and put something under your knees. And when you're ready, you're going to just start to walk yourself back down. Got to get my pillow just right. And you can have your arms out in a T pose, so my arms would be like this. You can have them in a cactus arms. I can put them just on my belly or down at my sides. There's a lot of different options for what to do with the arms. But again, I'm just going to walk myself down. I've got a pillow under my head to make my chin just a little bit higher. And for me, it was comfortable to just put my hands on my stomach, but whatever works for you. It becomes a more intense chest opener, actually, if you have your arms out in a T. If others want to define you, don't linger in their pond. Swim away from their ignorance and find your ocean. Start to notice how your body feels in this pose, in this shape. How does your chest feel in this opening? How do your hips feel if you're in the butterfly? How does your spine feel with this bolster as the support? Notice everything that's supporting your lower body. So the bottom of your body meets the pillows, meets the bolsters, meets blocks, towels, blankets, floor, bed. Just start to notice the things that your body meets and how it feels, that sense of support. Do you feel tension anywhere? If so, go ahead and give yourself permission to release that tension. I hope that when you count the stars, you begin with yourself. May you embrace the moonlight with your dreams. The horizon, to remind you of your courage, sends its gentle waves of confidence to kiss your feet. Notice things around you too. Once again, like we checked in at the beginning of this practice, check in again with your surroundings. Is there anything that you can smell? Hear? Taste? Maybe you've got a mint in your mouth and you taste minty. Maybe you've still got music playing and you can hear the sound of music. Maybe the frogs or the birds are calling outside your window. Your quarantine partners are chattering in the other room. Maybe the smell of dinner is wafting into your space. Just notice the sensory awareness. Now your eyes can be, typically your eyes are closed in restorative yoga, but if you'd rather have your eyes open, then you can notice what you see too. And if you have eye pillows at home or eye masks for sleeping, you're always welcome to use those in your practice. I like to cover myself up with a blanket. So if there's anything that would make you more comfortable right now, consider that. You're always welcome to go get things that will make you more comfortable. All right, our timer has dropped its last drop of sand. All right, so if you're ready, and not a moment sooner, you can stay here for as long as you like, but if you're ready, you're going to go ahead and you're just going to start to gently push yourself up. This next pose that we're going to do is one of my favorite poses ever. It's, let's be honest, it's the favorite pose. So this is deer pose. This is a twist. And you're going to still need that pile of pillows or bolster or whatever it is that's making you comfortable right now. And I think I'm going to grab one more pillow and make my stack just a little bit higher for this because the way my back is feeling right now, I think that a more gentle twist would be better for me. So now I'm going to stack my knees, so my knees are on top of each other. I can also take one knee back, so now let's see, this is my left foot is touching my right thigh, and my right foot is kind of back by my butt. You could have this, and I call this cheer pose. I don't know what this particular leg position is called. This is a little bit more intense. So I'm going to invite you to stack your legs, so stacking the knees, but if this doesn't work for you, if you would rather go into something more intense, just listen to yourself, do what you need. But I'm going to stack my knees right here. I'm going to inhale deeply, exhale, turning my body. I'm going to inhale deeply one more time, and then I'm going to exhale, walking myself down onto this pile of pillows that I've got here before me. I'm going to keep my head turned towards my knees, the same direction as my knees, because it's just way too intense of a stretch if I turn my head the other way. I might jar my neck, and I'm just trying to relax right now. And if you need more props, grab more props. If this would be more comfortable with a bigger pile of pillows, start to grab more pillows. If this stretch isn't for you, you're more than welcome to take any other twist. So any other twist you want, you could just get down on your back and just drop the knees to one side if you'd like. Or you could lift the feet up and then actually drop the whole legs over to that side. Whatever is working for you right now. It's our twist time, but whatever twist you would like to go into. When you go after your dreams, sometimes the crowd yells it's wishful thinking. Ignore that explosion of opinion and follow the trail that is leading to your heart. It will always whisper your truth. Be there for others, but never leave yourself behind. Notice how your body feels in this new shape. However, whatever twist you're taking right now, just notice, how does it feel? And keep it in mind, kind of put a pin note in how it feels so that when we switch to the other side, you can kind of say, okay, is one side tighter than the other? Maybe. Again, not placing any judgment on what you discover, just being here with it. Use your breath to release any tension that you might find in your body. And if you need to adjust at all, you're more than welcome to adjust. In any twist, you can kind of play with the angles that your legs are in to deepen or release. Is that the word I'm looking for? Not release. To deepen or be more gentle. More gentle. That was the word I was looking for. 2 words. More gentle. We've got just a few more moments on this side. So really start to pay attention to your breath if you're not already. Consider that intention or that dream or goal from earlier. And on each inhale, you're making space. Each exhale, you're releasing that which doesn't serve you, that which stands in the way even. Got just a few more breaths here. So take really mindful, intentional breaths. And when you're ready, go ahead and use your arms to push yourself back up. Now, you guys don't have to move your bolster to switch if you're doing the deer pose. You can just switch your sides like this. I'm going to switch my bolster around so that I'm facing you still, but you don't have to move your bolster. You don't need to be facing the camera or facing the laptop or facing the phone or whatever it is, whatever device you're on. You can leave your bolster and just move yourself. And you're just going to, if you need any in between, any counter poses, feel free to take any counter poses that you might need. And if not, you'll go ahead and check in with yourself. You feel stable. I'm going to line my knees up, stack my knees, and then I'm going to inhale deeply, exhale turning, inhale deeply, exhale walking myself down until I meet my edge and I'm comfortable. And when you find that place where you're comfortable, you've rounded out, go ahead and relax. See if there's any tension you can release anywhere in the body, any stress you can release in your mind. And again, use your breath. Do not become a stranger to yourself by blending in with everyone else. Your road to happiness should be memorable for the scenery as well as the destination. So notice if this side feels any different. Without placing any judgment, just noticing, does this feel any different? Is there anywhere that you can release or relax a little bit more? Follow your breath from the very moment that it starts. Notice the pause in between inhale and exhale. Follow the exhale through its entirety. And then notice the pause in between exhale and new inhale once again. And just follow that pattern for a while without changing your breath at all. Notice the length of your breath, the temperature of the air you're breathing, how smooth or not your breath may be, where you're feeling the expansion in your body, and any other qualities or characteristics your breath may take. Just a few more moments on this side. So feel free to deepen your breath if you would like, or keep it the same. If you need to adjust at all, feel free to adjust. And when you're ready, you'll go ahead and you'll start to push yourself back up into a simple seated position or an upright position. The last thing we're going to do today is we're going to do one more Shavasana. So set yourself up for comfortable resting, digesting everything that we just did, reintegrating that new space into the body, and going forward with the rest of your night with a more relaxed and invigorated sense of being. So set yourself up however you want. Your Shavasana doesn't have to be just laying flat on the floor. If you're by a couch, I love to put my legs up on the couch, so like I would be in this position, but my legs would be resting on a couch, so there would be no kind of stress on my legs. You can recreate that with a stack of pillows if you want, so I could put this stack of pillows right here and do that. You could have one pillow or a towel rolled up under your knees if that's comfortable. You can also take any of the poses that we've done already and turn that into your Shavasana. Like if I wanted to do, say I did the reclined bound angle, and now I want to do reclined rest pose, so I've got my bolster or my pillow stack right back here and my legs are out, you could turn that into your final Shavasana. Just take into consideration what it is you need, what would feel best in this moment, and find a place of comfort. If you stumbled today, remember where and how it felt. Tomorrow, take a different path. Life flourishes from its pain and the lessons we gain. I like that one. That's from that same book, In the Garden of Thought. So I'm going to leave you with this one thought during your Shavasana, and that is that all of the crap that we go through in life, think of it like compost. So yeah, the food scraps that I eat and put in a pile in this container next to my sink, they smell bad. They're not edible anymore. They're pretty gross, let's be honest. My compost is pretty gross. But then it goes from this little bin on my sink to a bigger bin outside. And over time, it breaks down. And it turns into this really rich, filled with nutrients, wonderful quality soil that I can then amend my garden with. So whatever the stuff is, you know, the stress that other people are bringing, that you're bringing, that this situation of being quarantined is bringing, whatever it is, know that that can be your compost. That it's ugly, it's uncomfortable, I don't like it, smells bad, but the earth, life, has a way of turning that stuff that isn't pleasant into compost. I'll give you an example. I started this year by fracturing my face, fracturing my upper jaw, and breaking 2 of my teeth pretty badly. And goodness, I have never been through something so horrible physically. I mean, it was just it still is a really uncomfortable experience. I'm still, and it's been months at this point, I'm not back to normal as I understand normal. And not every bad situation is going to have a silver lining or an obvious silver lining, but maybe not even a silver lining at all. But for me, in this particular moment, I can say that my compost became a beautiful apple tree when I realized that I needed to slow down. I needed to take care of myself better. I passed out, and that was not necessarily something that I could have changed, but it was a wake-up call. This kind of bell of mindfulness, as Thich Nhat Hanh will say. So consider your compost and what you're going to turn it into, what you're going to plant into your garden, what you're going to welcome into your life moving forward. Bring your awareness back into your body, out of your mind, into your body. Check in with the tip of your toes, check in with your feet, check in with your ankles. Release any tension that you're feeling in that part of your body. Move your awareness up into your legs, into your knees, thighs, shins, calves, the entirety of your legs. Just check in. Is there any tension here? Is there any emotion here? Is there anything I can release here? Give it permission to release. Bring your awareness up into your hips, into your butt, into your stomach, the sides of your body, and your back. Notice, is there anything that you can release here? Is there any tension? Go ahead and give yourself permission to release it. And move your awareness up into your chest, your shoulders, your upper back, into your arms, your fingertips, your hands, your wrists. Is there any tension that you can release here? Any stress here? Go ahead and give it permission to relax, to release. And move your awareness into your neck, your head, your face, your ears, the very top of your body. Is there any stress or tension that you can release here? Give it permission to go. Bring your awareness into the entirety of your body, including all of your body now. And just notice one more time, is there any tension here in this body that I can release? Am I holding stress anywhere in my body? Go ahead and release any tension that you might be feeling in your body. Give yourself permission to let go. Now bring your awareness into your breath and notice the expansion as you're breathing in, contraction as you're breathing out. As you're breathing in and expanding, remember, I'm making space for that which I need to cultivate, that which I want to invite into my life. So breathing in, I'm making space. Breathing out, I'm releasing anything that's holding me back, anything that's hindering my goals, anything standing in my way. I'm turning obstacles into opportunity with my breath. Inhaling, creating space. Exhaling, releasing compost, releasing the stuff that we don't need. Go ahead and think one more time about whatever it was that you want to invite into your life. If it's a goal, an intention, a dream, just go ahead and one more time think about that which you are going to welcome into your life. I want you to give yourself thanks for practicing. Give yourself a hug if you want. You can even reach around and give yourself a hug, but just give yourself a moment of thanks. If you're in Shavasana and you're laying on the ground, go ahead and roll onto your side, maybe in a side child's pose. Stay there for a moment. If you're in a chair, hang out in a chair or on the couch if you're following along from your couch, just stay how you are. But if you're on the ground in Shavasana, roll over to your side. When you're ready, you'll push yourself up back into a simple seated or some kind of upward position, whatever works for you. Thank you all very much for practicing today. Thank you for coming together in community. I know that we all probably really miss community by now. I really miss community. I miss being around people. I miss hugging people. So virtual hug from me to you, wherever you are in this world right now. Big, big bear hug. I want you all to have a wonderful night. I'm going to go on a walk, and the weather is just glorious outside. I'm going to be mindful as I walk. So one more thing that Thich Nhat Hanh says, walk as if each step your feet are kissing the earth. I like that, my foot. So as I go on my walk, I'm going to try to be really mindful and really appreciative of the things that I see, the temperature of the air on my skin. Maybe I'll stop and smell some flowers. So if you're in a position where you can do that, then definitely go outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. I hope that wherever you are, there's beautiful weather too. And if not, just kind of try to let this feeling of relaxation, this feeling of openness to whatever it is that you need and the ability to let go of that which you don't need, let that carry into your life, into your night, into your week, into your month, into your year. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We do Yin every Tuesday at 10 o'clock and Restorative every Thursday at 6 o'clock. So hopefully I will see you again on Tuesday, and take care. Have a wonderful night.